Hello, and it is another Forgiveness Friday. In the next few weeks, I'm going to be talking about things that still strike me every time I see the movie. I obviously see it quite often whenever I get invited to speak and show the film with a different group, and so it's really wonderful that these pearls of wisdom still strike me every time. So wanted to share some thoughts on one of them in particular today. There were about four of us eating breakfast one morning, and Nate had said that to him, forgiveness is kind of like learning a language, that at the beginning you're searching for every new word, but over time you develop a fluency, and then it's just like you're speaking your native tongue. And I thought that was a really interesting way to think about it, because anything that you're learning always is hard at the beginning. So we shouldn't beat ourselves up if it's hard to forgive at the beginning. Even if you work out, of course, at the beginning, you can't do a deadlift of 500 pounds. I just actually saw this morning a story. This woman did a plank for 4 hours straight. Like, I think if you added up all the times I've done a plank in my life, you would still only get to like 4 minutes. Same thing working out. Your muscles develop just like forgiveness. That muscle of forgiveness is going to develop. And either way you want to look at it, like a language or like a workout routine, you're still developing a skill. You're developing that muscle. So just keep at it. And that same breakfast scene, Peter said that every morning he wakes up and preemptively forgives people. And I just think that's so wonderful, and it cracks me up, but it also makes sense, because people are gonna annoy you that day unless you sit at home and do nothing and don't communicate in any form with people. Then maybe you won't get annoyed, but somebody's probably going to do something. And so if you just make the choice at the beginning of the day to say, I'm just going to forgive everybody, and that is sort of what you get to when you have that fluency in forgiveness. That's sort of the goal, so that we can have that attitude. So those are my Forgiveness Friday thoughts for today. Stay tuned for next week.